What's going on, everyone? My name is Jax, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have breaking news. Morbius is joining the game Contest Champions in October of 2023. Yes, a lot of you might have guessed it, but Morbius is the October champ. We are getting from the Platinum Pass. We all got a tease. I missed it because I wasn't watching the stream, but we got the token. It's a stamp, and you basically get one per battle pass, and you trade in those three and get a 7-star October champion, which is now confirmed to be Morbius. And yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. It's pretty crazy. I just found out this stamp. I looked at it, I was like, Morbius, let's find some pictures for the video. I was like, oh my goodness, there's literally a stamp that literally looks just like the stamp. And I confirmed with them that yes, they actually use that as a reference and teased Morbius. It is in fact Morbius, and it kind of makes sense. That stamp looks like a bat in front of a sun. The moon's white, but the sun's yellow, so that it does make sense because Morbius is a daywalker, and it's pretty cool that they tease that, which is nice. All right. And Morbius is a character that we've actually seen pretty often. Obviously, we have gotten the tease from last year, the April Fools. They were like, "Hey, guess this character," and it's like, it's Morbius because that pose is 1-for-1. And guess what? It was Moon Knight. Yeah, they all tricked us and got us, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, and you might not know who Morbius is. He's actually a pseudo-vampire. He basically means he got his vampire powers from a science experiment gone wrong. He was trying to use the vampire bat blood, use the electric fields, and do like type of shock therapy to help heal cells, but it turned him into a pseudo-vampire. Not a real mystic vampire, not a supernatural creature of the night, but a day-walking sort of vampire. He's kind of one of those characters which Marvel completely always say is not a vampire. He's not mystic at all, has no vampire, real vampire powers and stuff like that. It's just pseudo-vampirism. So he does have hypnotism, he does have claws, teeth. He can turn other people into pseudo-vampires, which are, again, not regular vampires. So I really do think he's going to be science class. I don't think, I think Miguel 2099 being science class, and he also kind of he does have fangs and claws. Morbius can kind of fit in the same class as him, especially both have, genetic, their code rewritten through science. And I think it would be cool. I would honestly, reckon maybe skill is the second option, which I'll get into why. But I think for sure Mystic's off the table. I think Marvel are going to be like, nah, you guys can't have him in Mystic. We've completely said in the comics he's not Mystic. And yeah, he's really cool. I think I'm interested to see how his hypnotism powers work. Again, a character it's October, which not only does Spider-Man 2 come out, not only does Kraven come out. It's interesting that when we have Sony events, obviously when Morbius came to the movies, we had a Spider-Man event. We had Black Cat and Scorpion. When the Venom movies came out, we had symbiote events. And now with Kraven, we do have a Spider-Man event, but close Sony event. And obviously for after Across Spider-Verse, when Across Spider-Verse was originally supposed to come out, we were supposed to get Spot, which we got when the original date happened, and then we got Spider-Ham from Across Spider-Verse, or Into the Spider-Verse, after the fact. But yeah, it's kind of cool. We do get Sony crossovers. If it's not 1-for-1, it's close. And Penny was also inspired, so it's pretty interesting, it's always nice. And who knows who he comes with, because I want to get into that. Who does he come with? Oh my gosh, do I have so many options. Morbius is a character who does have a lot of appearances. He has around 200 appearances, which I think is kind of insane. I don't know if you guys have read his comics. He's not that interesting, but he does have a lot of comics. He's been on plenty of teams. He's been on Legion of Monsters. He's been on the Midnight Suns, and he's fought Spider-Man a couple times. He's also helped out Domino, and yeah, he's a character that's so interesting. I gotta say, for Marvel just didn't know what to do with him and then especially now with the movie, with how Pam did or Marvel did the Humans. I wonder how they're going to treat Morbius. But hey, he's getting new comics. He's also been a teammate of Misty Knight. So yeah, I'll get into where I could place him on the map in a little bit. But for who can come with him, I really think there's two clear options, which I'll basically say Werewolf by Night, which I guess my camera's actually covering him on the screen. But Werewolf by Night or Lizard are my two options. I think Lizard, again, a character who was said to be chosen to come to the game, but then they chose Scorpion over Lizard, and didn't come to the game this year. We got Kindred instead, and yeah, it's pretty interesting if we'll get Lizard. Morbius, when he first fought Spider-Man or Man-Spider, Lizard was part of that story, and which you saw in the Spider-Man the animated series. And the other option, Werewolf by Night. Again, I think, if you're going to talk about October supernatural events, you want to do a vampire and you want to do a werewolf. So I definitely think that are definitely a best option. And I've said before, I always said Dracula and Werewolf by Night would be really cool, and Morbius would be a second option for the vampire. I don't think two vampires the same month would be really interesting. And yeah, my third option is Agatha or Kushala. Now, again, the Midnight Suns, Morbius was a member of the Midnight Suns, the original one that fought Lilith. And the Midnight Suns game came out last year, and so Marvel, to get like a brand synergy, did a Midnight Suns comic. And where Agatha basically was the main villain, and it had the roster, as my dogs are barking, it has the roster of the game, but a little bit different, a little bit tweaked. So, Wolverine's part of it, Magic's part of it, Nico Monroe is part of it, Blade's part of it, but Kushala is a part of it, which is super cool. So yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting. Agatha, again, a character who lost the second vote. She got second place, hasn't came to the game yet. We saw Omega Sentinel get second place, join the year after. Hopefully Agatha comes, but her show is pending date. Like, it's supposed to be the end of this year or the beginning of next. So it's one of the characters. Do they want to wait for the show to come out, or do they want to go ahead and do her? Because it seems pretty interesting on what they're going to do, especially if we're getting, with Monica being potentially coming next month, her movie coming out in November, and it being a month after the original date. You want to assume Kabam kind of moved dates and everything. So yeah, it could be an option. Kushala again got second. She didn't get second place, but she did lose the vote. She was not in the underdog vote, which we've seen characters who weren't in the underdog vote come. Zemo, now Morbius. And yeah, pretty interesting. And if you have any other options, I think Capwolf has a comic in October, so if Kabam want to do a crossover for that, they can. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I mean, you guys excited for Morbius? I know a lot of people memed about him, but are people actually excited? We'll see. And hopefully you guys enjoy your 7-star if you buy the platinum track. All right, that's gonna be my video. I hope you guys have a great one, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.